Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots show. I'm Matt Lee, your host for this evening. And as they say, every other evening, let's just hope everyone's keeping well out there and you're not overdoing this way, because many of you are back at work, aren't you? I wouldn't know furlough because unfortunately I've worked right the way through lockdown. So let's just hope that you're enjoying yourselves. Coming towards the weekend, yes, it should be Grassroots football this coming Saturday and Sunday, shouldn't it? Anyway, after the government's announcement yesterday, it looks like Grassroots football could be coming back sooner than we anticipated. All over social media yesterday, people out celebrating. I think the only thing that was missing was everyone on the doorsteps clapping. That's what I thought. But anyway, at least it could be coming back. Now, obviously, talking to a few contacts from the local county FA. It's just the FA have to work in accordance with the government laws and rules about social distancing. So I'm sure they're all working together. If they didn't already, surely it should be out pretty quick indeed to see what we can actually do. I think when I looked at it, I think the government was announcing 5-a-side, but let's just hope the 11-a-side. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, mallet.extraline.com. And there's a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. Now, Grassroots football could be back. Now, we've had this debate a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. You may have seen us. Is it just going to be back to normality? The spectators just going to be allowed in, especially if you're at hubs, if you play Grassroots football at the hubs that we have here, plenty of them. There is going to be grass football. The pitches are going to be perfect. I'm not too sure about summer leagues, how the FA are going to work with the local county FAs, just to see how they can get the games back on. I just don't know. My honest opinion, I really don't know. We're just going to go back and say, right, swimming baths are open, gyms are opening. As long as you abide by all the rules and regulations. We're not too sure what the hubs are going to be doing. Are they going to be doing their own regulations onto how many spectators are going to be allowed in? It could cause mayhem, couldn't it? I want to go and see my child. I want to go and see my grandchild. I want to go and see my niece, my nephew. It could just be, we've got to keep everyone happy. Fingers crossed we can get back to some normality. Obviously we're all looking forward to it. Excuse me, especially the referees. And I can guarantee the referees will all be out now. Once the announcement was made, I can see all these referees going, whoa, didn't expect this. I thought it was going to be next season. And they'll all be out at the beaches running around. You'll see them all exercising now, all getting on the bikes, all really, come on, I've got to get myself super fit. So good luck to all you referees. Let's hope you're all super fit when the announcement is made. We just got to keep watching on social media as to when the county FAs announce it, or the FA do announce what is going to be happening and what we're expecting on the return of football. But anyway, the good news is it's coming back, as I say, sooner than we anticipated. What's your thoughts on it? How do you think it's going to work? Do you think it's just going to be normality, 11-a-sides, 5-a-sides, 7-a-sides, as to small-sided football was beforehand? Now it can be, I suppose. But we're going to have distance markers, I'm not too sure, because you're only allowed so many. And on the small-sided, you always saw it was absolutely heaving, wasn't it, when the youngsters were all coming in, because everyone wants to see the nephew, the grandson, the niece, the daughter, the son, all want to see them playing football, because especially here in the northwest and in Merseyside, it's just in everyone's blood. They just want to see the kids playing football and they want to see them developing their skills. We don't want irate parents. Will that come back? Not just the parents, managers, coaches, spectators themselves. We don't want to see that. Now it's going to be our job to be walking around and having a little bit of banter with all you spectators. We don't want any irate parents or spectators coming on to grassroots football. It's not all about that. Remember in the lockdown, remember social media beforehand, when everyone was together, people, postcodes, communities were coming together, people were talking, people were just making friends. It was absolutely fantastic to see that. We want to see that carry forward into grassroots football. I, for one, think it'd be absolutely beneficial for each and every one of us just to bring that back. Remember, not forget all about what happened in grassroots football. Please, we don't want that. We want everyone to remember that it is just a game. The kids are developing their skills for the future, and young referees are also wanting to be in the Premier League. You know, you give them a chance as well. It's not an excuse to go out there at grassroots football and start shouting and screaming at the referees if they don't agree with a decision that has been made. So, you know, let's all applaud, let's all, I don't know, will it be shaking hands, will it be elbows, will it be feet, I don't know. That's what we're all going to be watching, aren't we? People are going to have their own way of meeting and greeting people after this lockdown and grassroots football returns. There should be some great stories, should be some fantastic ideas coming out. But as I say, we're all waiting now for the FA to sit down with the government and plan what and how grassroots football will be doing and how it can return in a positive way and a safe way as well. And I can imagine, looking at the post there beforehand, safeguarding is going to come into it very, very strongly indeed. What I'm seeing on people's posts and all clubs making, it's not going to be the same as before. It's going to be in your hands. I don't really believe it's going to be in your hands. If someone does something wrong, you know, this is where we may have a lot of managers, if they come out too strong, turning around and saying, I am not taking the responsibility and getting the blame of parents if I'm having a coaching session and suddenly someone comes down with COVID-19. This is all these avenues have got to be looked into. Got to look at it in every angle to make sure, and I suppose it's not going to just come back as we all knew it, is it? I've obviously got to cancel my July coaching school because I cannot just see we just go back into normality, get the coaches, get the kids. Kids are kids. Kids want to play football. Kids want to develop their skills. Kids just want a game of football. Now, if it's just coming back where the kids can't play football, and it's different, then the kids are going to be a little bit upset. So, as I say, let's all sit back. Let's all not get too carried away and excited, overexcited, unless they just say, game on. Summer leagues are starting. Football matches can return in a safe and positive way, in a safety environment. We've all got to work together. We've all got to make sure that we're looking after the safety, I suppose, of all the kids, the mums, dads, grandparents, especially the grandparents. What are they going to say to grandparents being at a certain age and saying you might be lucky to go and see any football at all because it's going to be harder for you. You might just catch COVID-19. We don't want you at the football. I don't know. This is what I'd love your thoughts on this. Get in touch with me. Let me know how you think it's going to happen unless the FA make an announcement over this weekend. I know there's a lot of excitement and I know there's a lot of coaches out there. Kids, I saw Twitter, people complaining about coaches having one-to-one sessions and charging extreme prices for the kids. Well, obviously, if they're extreme, you wouldn't take your son or daughter to a coaching one-on-one session. If you thought it was overboard, you'd look elsewhere where it's a little bit cheaper. They've all got coaches. There's clubs out there fantastically doing well, but it all depends what sort of coach that you do have. Very, very experienced coach, professional, ex-professional. You know, they can offer a lot more than what the ordinary coach is, can't they, who hasn't played at a higher level. So it's entirely your choice, rather than putting it down saying coaches are charging extreme prices. I'm sure coaches will fight back and say, well, ours aren't, this is what we do, and the consequences we've got to put together as well to make sure all the kids are all safe. Well, let's just hope We can all talk about grassroots football on the DXTL podcast show, on DXTL TV from the touchlines. Yes, DXTL TV from the touchlines, going back on YouTube, we'll be out and about, and I'm sure we can bring you loads and loads of interviews at arm's length, no doubt. It's like standard fireworks. If anyone doesn't know what standard fireworks was, going back many, many years, it was always arm's length when you light the fuse. Well, let's all keep arm's length when we light the fuse and kick the season off yet again. Are we just planning for next season? It remains to be seen, but I'm sure we'll hear sooner rather than later. It's going to come out, and let's just see who'll be complaining about it and who'll just get on with it. Anyway, grassroots football. Maybe we'll have another story tomorrow to talk about, an update, and maybe we'll just see how we're going to be playing. But I'm sure the kids are itching to play a bit of football, and the coaches are itching to get some games on out there, and we're itching to get out there and watch it ourselves, because kids football, absolutely fantastic, but there's no fans allowed in the Premier League. So I think you'd all know where I'm coming from. If they just suddenly give grassroots football the go ahead to go back, and all the mums and dads, it can't happen, can it? It'd just be the coach. That's all I can see. Until the Premier League start getting the fans back and it's safe to do so. So, sorry to upset you all there, mums and dads, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles. It may just be that you're not welcome, or you can't go. You're not very welcome, but you can't watch your son, your daughter, your grandson, your nephew, your niece playing that game of football that you've been waiting for many, many weeks indeed. Anyway, there we go. We'll have updates as soon as they come in. We'll probably talk about it. But if you've got some information, top secret information, we'd love to hear from that as well. mal@don'ttexttheline.com. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. We'll look forward to hearing from you, the people who matter, the grassroots football family, and you, the coaches, even referees. Let's hear your thoughts as well, because it could be a comeback for you. But if there's no money coming in, how do you get paid? This is what we've all got to look out for. Anyway, I don't want to confuse the situation. I just want to wait and hear what the FA, the county FAs and the government all have to say. Because if grassroots football is coming back, will it do so without the fans? Anyway, in the office, I've still been painting, getting things done. It's getting very, very close indeed. So I can show you a little video of it when we're out and about, and you can see just what we've done. And it's going to be really, really nice for our reception area, for guests who are coming and waiting to come into our podcast studio. Social distancing, that's all got to be in place as well, no matter where you go now, and work as well when we're out shop. And I think it's just going to be people just getting used to these sorts of things, and it's going to affect us for many, many months and maybe years to come. To be honest, it was a lesson taught by all, and let's just hope it's a lesson that we'll all learn from. And if it happens again, I don't know what we're going to do. So no more outbreaks. Holidays look like they're coming back. 2 of you flying out to destinations tomorrow, so that's got to be good news. And I'm sure we get a lot more feedback off holiday makers as well. Not many of you answered that question, by the way, the other week when I put, what is it, holidays abroad or grassroots football? I wonder what it is. You can still answer mal@don'ttexttheline.com. What do you prefer? What will you look forward to more? A holiday abroad or your child playing grassroots football? Which is the most important to you? We'd love to hear from you. Okay, as I say, we've been back in the office, and last week was a bit of a drama. I was out and about in the office, decorating, and shattered, obviously, because we're back on the weekend now, doing our podcast shows, and the receptionist, who was downstairs keeping, it was around about 5:45, keeping a little bit later, staying back, looked a little bit of panic on her face, and I wondered what was happening. I said, "You okay? Everything okay?" I was getting ready to go. She went, "Not really, no," she said, and she loves, there's seagulls nesting on the rooftop here, on the chimney, would you believe, and I always get attacked by these seagulls, and the youngsters are getting fed, and it's on my floor. You can look out and you can see the youngsters on the roof, and they're very, very well protected by mums, dads, aunties and uncles, because it's not just the mum and dad who attack me. There's all kinds coming along. If they think that bird's in trouble, they come from everywhere, believe me. Anyway, one of the youngsters had fallen down the chimney, and it's half the size of the other sibling, I must admit. So we're not too sure how long the seagull chick was down that chimney, but they could hear movements in one of the officers, and Sheila asked me to come and have a look. And anyway, lucky enough, the chimney is boarded up, and this is community school. It's all, a lot of chimneys all around and about. Anyway, it decided to fall down. Anyway, it went down there and had a little look and pulled the board back, and I could just see it there looking up at me. And I did say to she, right, it's there, go and get me a cloth, let's get this thing out there, let's save it, because it wouldn't have survived any longer. You could see it, it couldn't move, it was in a tight space. So we actually got hold, I got the board off, and Sheila couldn't wait. I just said, yeah, I'll pull it off slowly, and Sheila was just ripping it off and said, you have to calm down now. It's got to be replaced now. Where I was going to make a good job of it, but Sheila, so eager to get this bird out, because as I say, every single day she goes up to see them. She won't feed them because obviously with all the officers and people coming in and out, you know what seagulls are like when there's food around. I think we all know when they're fully grown. The protected birds, by the way, they can become a little bit of a pain. They rob everyone's pasties, pies out the hands. We've all seen it, and they just become a nuisance. But when you see the little babies, you all think, oh dear me, we've got to do something about it. Anyway, I managed to get it out and stroked it. It allowed me to put the little cloth round, put its head towards my hands. You could see, I wasn't too sure whether it was happy to be rescued, but obviously I would be. Anyway, we took it up to the second floor, and as Sheila put her arm out, the thing wanted to peck at it, and I felt really, really good, because normally, as I say, they attack me. Well, it was to be. You may see me photographs on social media about with the little rescue mission, and we opened the window. The birds, the mums, the dads, the aunties, the uncles, they knew there was something happening. They were going wild, and we just let the birds out back onto the roof, and the sibling was there watching, and it eventually got out there. The birds were really, really excited about it. The parents, over the moon, and obviously they started feeding the thing straight away, and it did look rather hungry, to say the least. Anyway, I was all happy. It was a great deed for the day, and I decided to go out to the car park, and lo and behold, what happens? Yes, I was getting attacked by the parents, aunties and uncles, and to be honest, there was one that swooped at me, and I actually ducked by the car, and I could hear it hit the rooftop. So it was really having a good go. There was no thank you there, there was no gratitude, and it was just, there you go, I've got my baby back, don't you dare come near me. And I wouldn't mind, we're miles away, they're right up on the top, and if they have an inkling that you're around and about their youngsters, they come at you, believe me. Anyway, I got my car, safe and well, and I just thought to myself, there you go, you do a favour, and what happens? There's your thanks. Seagulls come at you, but I'll tell you what, it's happened before, and they do their business at you. They hover and they aim at you, and believe me, I've had to dodge once or twice, but you can imagine when you see people covered in all this bird poo. Yes, it's not lucky, believe me, because I've never won anything. When people tell me, oh, it's lucky, that looks great, you're covered in it, how can that be lucky? To be honest, has it happened to you? Have you come across any of this? But believe me, they're flying at you, they suddenly stop and they aim at you. It's not very, very nice, and especially if it hits you. But I've been lucky enough to see them dodge out the way. If it didn't dodge, it'd have been all over me, believe me. And it wouldn't have been a laughing matter. Anyway, it's done me good deed for the day. I was all happy. The bear's back, safe and well, it's grown well, and it's back with its sibling, and parents, aunties and uncles. So what's your good deed for the day? Anyway, there we go. We've come to the end of another show for the DXTL podcast. I hope you'll enjoy them. We do them Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays now at 7 p.m, 20-minute shows, but soon our guests will be coming in, and there'll be loads of football managers, especially if Grassroots football does return sooner rather than later. In the meantime, thank you very much to all our listeners, all our viewers for watching us. We'll be back again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. So for myself Matt Lee and all the team here at the Grassroots Don't Cross the Line and Respect programme, have a great evening. Good night, God bless. Take care, put your feet up and be safe.